Hey, it's Jess with Jess Reviews, in which I take a random object in my house, I review it, and then I check to see what the Amazon reviews are to see if everyone else agrees. And today I'm very excited because I have brought down from the kitchen my beloved Vitamix. Um, this thing I have had for I think about 8 years now, and it is a machine. It chomps ice, anything frozen, it destroys. I am a smoothie obsessive. I make smoothies almost every day. And believe me when I say that no other blender could stand up to my use of it except for this one. It is also a very simple blender. I have a few friends who have Ninjas that like have some strange locking mechanism. With the Vitamix, really, it is as simple as just putting it down and you flip one switch, and you have several different levels on this dial that you can turn it up to, and then kind of a high and a low. But it just isn't hard to use. It isn't hard to clean. It's not complicated. You just put the thing on the top of it and it just goes and it just works. There are very few appliances in the world that just work and just work for a really long time. Um, and the Vitamix really is one of them. I think it's probably the appliance in my life that I've spent the most money on, and the one that I am the most grateful to have. I think it's probably the one of the most used and most beloved and also oldest appliances that I have in my kitchen. Um, it is an investment, but if you're someone who likes to make smoothies, if you're someone who blends for any reason, like it also can do almost food processor work. I use it to make oat flour a lot. I just did that today. I just put some rolled oats in there and run it, and magic, oat flour. Don't buy oat flour again. It can blend soups. It can do hot and cold. And truly, like, I don't know how I would live without it. I love it so much that when I have stayed for extended periods of time away from home, I have brought this enormous heavy Vitamix in my luggage with me. That is how crazy I am about this thing. It's a little bit unreasonable, actually. I might love it a little bit too much, but yeah, I can't recommend the Vitamix highly enough. I have had other blenders, and they all have about a 3 year time span. 2 to 3 years, honestly, 3 years if you get lucky. The Vitamix, I could probably pass down to my grandchildren. I just believe this thing will last that long. There was one time when I thought it had broken, and it turned out that my surge protector had flipped and the outlet was dead. The only other breakage problem I have had, this is not the this comes with two sizes of blender. um I don't know, I'm going to call it a cup. It's not really a cup, pitcher. There's a technical term for it. I can't remember what it is. But there are two sizes of this. This is the smaller size. My larger size got so used that it cracked at the bottom, and I have not yet replaced it because, to be honest, this one's big enough for most things that I use it for. So um, that is the only problem I have had. Again, if it cracked out after like 6 years, and that's like the only thing that has happened, and it's a part that's replaceable, um, I don't have too much of an issue with that. So, um, if I were going to guess the Amazon rating of this item, I would probably say it's got to be 4.8. I mean, for me, it's a 5-star item. Obviously, if I'm bringing it in my luggage to other locations, but I'm going to temper my expectations and put it a 4.8. Obviously, my model, being as old as it is, probably isn't the exact same as what's on there, but Vitamix tends to be pretty consistent. So we'll see how close we can get with an up-to-date Vitamix model. All right, here we are on the Amazon page with what appears to be the Vitamix 5200, which looks exactly like mine and yet is up to date. And right now it's on sale. 4.4 stars. Oh, my heart is broken. How could it rank so low? Oh, actually, you know what? Look, this is the model I have. Wow, that really tells you something if they're still selling this exact one after so very, very, very long. It's just a great machine. Sorry, I'm waxing poetic about this, and I really don't need to. If you watched any other videos on my channel, you'll know that I'm usually pretty restrained in my praise, and generous with my criticism. So this really is like kind of an exception where I'm just effusive about this thing. Let's look at the reviews that are going to break my heart. Okay, well, this person agrees with me. The best blender I've ever owned, 100% worth it, excellent reputation. Yeah, people are making their own nut milks here. Turn pumpkin seeds or lentils into tofu. I mean, I haven't even tried that, and now I think I'm gonna have to try that. I didn't know you could make tofu out of lentils and pumpkin seeds. Thought it was a soy product. I mean, it goes to show how much I know, right? Use it for smoothies every day. Yes, fantastic. Okay, so here's our first ones to review. I really have to know what happened here. Doesn't have a reset button. I mean, that is true. This person is trying to make peanut butter. Um, they are apparently having a struggle with it, and it's getting stuck. Um, oh, apparently if it overheats, you have to wait 45 minutes to turn it back on. I have never run into this problem. Now, I have not made peanut butter, but I mean, they're talking about hummus and smoothie bowls. I made plenty of that stuff. I've never had this problem. I'm sure this person is not lying, but this is not something I have seen with my own eyes. All right, let's filter down. Let's see what these critical reviews say. Okay. The reset button, classic. Maybe if you make peanut butter a lot, maybe it's not your thing, but I don't know. Bad lid and plug designs, bad instructions, bad attitude, great smoothies. Apparently their blender has a little bit of attitude. Um, the plug, okay, so apparently their parts, they were a little bit confused, it looks like, about how to get the plug part into their lid. I think they're talking about a little plastic bit that, if you're not using the tamper, there's a plastic bit that can sit here. Um, and maybe that didn't work well for them. Wow, this is like, whew, this is a really long upset review. I about what seems like a fairly fringe issue, to be honest. I don't even use the lock thing. Um, well, okay. It's fine, but the blades are sharp, yes. The blender bowls are large, yes. The bowls are not dishwasher safe. That is true, but cleaning them really, I gotta say, I don't find it annoying at all. Um, to be honest, I just rinse the thing out after I use it. I don't even like use a sponge half the time. If you get the consistency wrong, the motor will shut off as an overheat protection thing. Okay, so I mentioned number two of the overheating. It's good to know that's a real thing. I'm amazed I haven't experienced that using it as long as I have used it under the extensive uh, pressure of a lot of ice. Okay, yeah, it looks like the biggest complaint here is that if you're using it on really thick stuff, it has an overheat feature and has to be left off for 45 minutes. To be honest, this is good to know. If mine suddenly stops working after I'm using it to blend a particularly thick smoothie, I guess I won't panic. I'll just stick it in the fridge for 45 minutes. I mean, the smoothie, not the whole thing, obviously, and then give it another shot. Okay. All right. Another person says don't put nuts in the blender. I guess our takeaways are um just don't make peanut butter. I mean, I feel like that's a pretty fair takeaway here. I will say I am a little bit surprised by some of these problems. I'm just surprised that I haven't run into them. Like I said, I use this every day. I use it on ice. I feel like I have learned something here. I'm definitely gonna try making tofu out of lentils now, apparently, as well. Whew, anyway, my personal opinion is if you're a big smoothie person, this is the blender for you. Like there's just no question in my mind. I think it's easy to use, easy to clean, very, very powerful. And this motor just like seems to run forever. I have not had such success with other blenders. I've tried a lot of them. And I don't know if it's only a 4.4 on Amazon. I guess I can learn to live with that and accept that other people have had bad experiences, even though I love my Vitamix so much. So there you have it. Good luck choosing a blender out there.